Hello, Internet. Hello, Sam, and welcome back to another episode of After Campfire. This is going to be kind of a weird video to make. This is the second time that I'm making this because the first time was like way too depressing, and I knew it was going to be when uploading it. And then when I uploaded it to YouTube, it like forced it to be private for some reason, and I couldn't fix it. And it just felt like the world telling me to make another one and not to be that dark and gloomy. Because, like, just everything going on with the quarantine and Sam's question just made me feel sad about the world and everything. So, yeah. I'm doing it again! And there's still bearded Henry. It's so itchy. I hate it. But it's now gotten to the point where it's hard to get rid of because my razor is just kind of bad at that, and I don't want to go buy a better one because don't want to go in public, and also don't want to spend lots of money right now. So yeah, this is probably gonna stay, even though I hate it. Even though apparently it's funny. I made a little poll thing on Instagram, the first one I've ever done, to gauge what people thought of it out of curiosity, and I got like, I don't know, like 20, 30 people voted on it, and basically everyone was like, yeah, it's good, except for three. The funnier ones were Olivia and Layden, so like my camp little sibling, so not Lily. But that I thought was really adorable. And then later Brittany voted no, which it was funnier when it was only those two. Brittany just had to make it weird. Not actually weird. It just was funnier. Anyways, life is weird right now. Sam's question is basically going to be the answer to Henry's diary of keeping on being an adult person and stuff and things. So I'm just going to wait for that, or just not really go into that super deep. And I guess I will answer my own question to Sam, which was basically like, what is something that like makes you do something that goes against like your normal like thought processes and stuff? Like what changes the way you work essentially? What overrides your normal behaviors? And I thought what Sam said was very interesting because he mentioned just like listening to authority figures. Like if someone is getting kicked out of camp, like he will obey Mark Bynak's rule essentially. And I thought that was weird at first because I'm like, it's your boss, you listen. But in Sam's eyes, it's so, I would assume this is how I'm gauging his response. It is such a hard thing for him to do that, but he does it anyways, that he felt it worth choosing as his option, which is interesting because I guess I'm just more willing to follow authority figures that I feel no power to control. Like when my last year at circus, well, actually my last 2 years in circus, because I felt very confident in my place and I felt like one of the leaders, not just a subordinate. I never felt bad about like really trying to take charge if I didn't agree with how a certain thing was being done. But I never ever thought about like rejecting something Mark commanded from on high, unless I was connected to it and I knew I could maybe convince him. But I've never really been in a situation where I had to deal with that. My answer is just kind of silly, and like from, again, it's something that seems probably overly simple and common, but my answer is honestly just girl related things. Like if I want to date someone, my behavior will change in silly ways, like just I like in ways that make sense, like, oh, they like this show, I want to watch this show so that I can talk to them about it. Or like, oh, they do this thing, I should be doing that thing more. Like even if it's like rock climbing, for example. So it's like, yeah, I like rock climbing and I've wanted to be doing it more, but because of girl person, I really want to do it a lot more. Like, I don't like how much of an impact that has on me, but it does. So that's my answer. Anyways, on to Sam's question, which is how are you keeping productive versus just how are you just keeping yourself busy to stay sane? And the answer, and part of why I got like depressing and downery in my first attempt of making this video, is that I'm not trying to be productive. I am just trying my hardest to stay sane and not like depressed. And losing, just not being able to hang out with my friends, losing my job, just not having anything to do almost all the time. It is very hard for me to stay busy and stay sane and not like just lying on the couch doing nothing all day. So I've just really been playing a crap ton of video games. And Magic, which, because I'm playing on Arena, it's essentially a video game as well. A new set of Magic came out, so I've been playing a crap ton of Magic through Arena, and I'm drafting a ton. In fact, to try to be a little bit more social, I actually streamed myself playing Magic last week, and I'm gonna do it tomorrow probably, because I got enough in-game currency to draft another time or two, so check it out. I finished this One Piece game, and I just started Persona 5 a few days ago. Like, I'm just trying to stay busy and stay not worrying about everything outside, because everything outside is really shitty right now. Like, it's just, as I said in my last video of like, hey, like, what's gonna happen with the coronavirus? And I just said it's gonna get worse. Kind of afraid it's gonna go worse because a lot of people are protesting opening up, and it's just like, and trying to really pushing for it, and some places are pushing for it, and then there's like, for example, like this stupid mayor of Las Vegas who's just like, we'll open up as like a test for everywhere else. It's like, that's not how it works. It's just depressing and concerning. And yeah, like, for reasons that I don't want to go into here, like, I'm really worried that my dad's gonna get it, if he doesn't already, because who knows. It's frustrating. So the whole thing of people telling you to be productive and better yourself while in quarantine is something that I find endlessly frustrating and depressing. Not because of people telling me about it, because I feel like I'm just telling myself that I'm not doing it. I should be doing better, and I should be gaining skills that'll make it easier for me to get a job in the future. And it's just like so hard to motivate myself to do anything truly productive. Like, the most productive thing I'm doing right now is I'm slowly reading a book, because me and some of my college friends all got it at the, like, apparently sort of randomly. I don't know if one of them recommended it to me or not. I just purchased it a few months ago, which is like what I do when I know there's a book I want to read, even though it hasn't been so good so far. So I'm reading that slowly. But yeah, I'm not being productive, and I feel like I should be. Like, I should be working on some like coding stuff to get better. I'm applying for more jobs, which is kind of pointless right now because lots of places aren't hiring, especially ones that I want to work at. And there's still that like that feeling that I'm like, maybe if I just waited out, I could get back on my job at Disney back. But that's not going to be a long time, because Disney's going to take even longer to like build back up after all of this, because their money relies on movies, and movie theaters aren't going to open up anytime soon. And theme parks, which are also not going to open up anytime soon. So it's just depressing and hard, and I don't really know what to do. And it's not that I don't know what to do. It's that I think I'm doing what I should be doing, which is just trying to maintain my existence as much as possible without going absolutely crazy. Which is extra hard because my support network is hanging out with friends and playing games, and I can't really do that. I sort of can, but I also really don't want to contribute to the spreading of people and such. Especially when one of the people that's most open to hanging out is also hanging out with other people, which is like, points to stop. So, yeah. Anyways, I sort of have a question. It's it's silly. This is the question that I asked in my previous version of this, which I asked because I brought up this TV show Kaguya-sama: Love is War, which is a show I absolutely adore, and its season 2 is going on right now. It's a manga that I'm up to date with also as well. And it is a series that is just so funny, so awesome, has the most realistic romance and like heartbreaking and touching and beautiful and like just fantastic romance and characters that like I've ever seen, like the most realistic characters I've ever seen in a series, and I love it and it's great. But I can't get anyone to watch it. So Sam, your question is, what is a series that you keep trying to get other people to get into and they just won't? Also watch Ruby so that we can talk about it. Fairly well.